And welcome back to Property Palz. My name is Ben.
My name is Marcus.
And we are so excited to be back for another week of the podcast. I've practically lost my words. Anyway, we've got 5 super duper ripper properties.
Wait on, what number are you up to?
Number 19.
The 19, and guess what, Ben? We got 12 followers on YouTube.
We have done it. So come on, celebrations, celebrations.
Wait, did we have 12 last week?
Maybe we did last week.
Well, anyway,
12. It's a big number.
It's a big number, and Ben, I'm looking forward to 5 properties on the market. We've got a couple of nice properties today.
I'm really proud of this week, so make sure to watch to the end of this podcast. Wink, wink, as in like, watch the whole video. It's worthwhile. And I think Marcus, a bit of market commentary. Very interesting news this week that's come out that Victoria is potentially proposing rental caps.
Rent caps, rent freezes?
Rent freezes, yeah, that's right.
Which is incredibly... it's an interesting time because it could have a negative impact on the investment market.
That's right. It's incredibly complex how you do it. Also, too, the biggest risk that I thought about it means that some landlords may wait out because they're scared of leasing out their property at a lower rent if the market is a little bit bad temporarily for an area. So they'll wait out to try and lease it out. Like, there's so many different things to think about.
Or people may even just put it all the way up as high as possible straight away, because they know that they can't put it up.
Exactly. Right. So it's very complex. A lot of things need to be worked out. We're not sure what's going to happen. Marcus is giving me the hurry up. Anyway, we're getting under 20 minutes this week. 20 minutes this week. That's what we're going to aim for. Anyway, Marcus, number 5, we're going to 28 Darling Street, East Melbourne.
Ben, you're a darling, aren't you?
You are a darling, brother, I must say. And this is a darling one we have. It is a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car EOI, expression of interest, quoting 4 to 4.4 million buckaroonies. And Marcus, this is an interesting one. It's got the East Melbourne prestige. It's opposite Darling Square, the tennis
which is great. Opposite Darling Square is a really nice area. But Ben, is it too close to Hoddle Street?
Ooh, you've jumped the gun a little bit. I was going to say, just before we get to that, it's a tennis balls throw away from Powert Reserve, but you're right. Potentially a little bit close to Hoddle Street, but we'll get to that in a second. What's interesting about this one is when you're going to look at the front facade of the property, this is a 2 arguably townhouse development, but it's not a side-by-side, it's a front and back. So look at that. Is this the
front one or the back one?
This is the back one.
Do you like it at the back or do you prefer it at the front?
Well, it depends. As the great Doja Cat would say, if you like it from the back, imagine it from the front. Well, in this way, it's actually that's a lyric. I think we can play a really short clip there without getting copyright issues. Anyway, this one's interesting because it's got a very long walk of...
Shame?
Well, it's a walk of shame, I guess, for some people if they got too drunk one night, but it's a walk of power, given that you're right in the heart of East Melbourne. Right down ground floor. That is a very long walk, but imagine that. You could put, maybe like a timeline of your life just on the wall there, and you walk down, then you go up, some great paintings, that's right, and then up the stairs, and then you've got living on ground floor, 2 bedrooms, then master upstairs. First floor, sorry. But I'm thinking this layout is super. A little bit about the property, Marcus, too. It's Jason Clements Burrows.
JCB? We do like JCB?
We don't mind them, do we? Heritage facade. The interiors are by Hecker Guthrie, and so we'll put some of those logos up here.
He's heckin' awesome, isn't he?
Oh, you did not. And this one, so what's really interesting, Marcus, this is a heritage building, originally a workshop, and it has been redeveloped by the great Wyn McGrath.
Say that again?
Wyn McGrath, who's a notorious in the area, done a couple of reef. Well, maybe not notorious is the right word. But she's done a couple in the area.
She or he?
It's a she. No, it's a she. And so it's got entry from off Darling Street, and then you walk down. But what's interesting is if we get the floor plans up here, that I don't think the orientation is correct. It says it's north facing that way. I think it's an east-west sort of facing. So I think your balcony faces west towards the park.
No, I think it's right.
No. And then the bedrooms faced east, I think.
So it faces north-south?
No, it does not. Look,
the laneway's north-south.
Yes, the laneway's north-south, but this one goes straight all the way from Darling Street all the way through to the laneway. Look at that.
So north.
East-west.
That's
East-west.
Ben.
North-south is that way.
No,
East-west is that way.
Yes, it is. No, it's not.
Hoddle Street. What direction does Hoddle Street go? North-south.
Look,
that's the site there.
Oh. You know what? Stubborn brothers sometimes.
Tell you what. Come on, let's give an award to Marcus. North, south, east, west.
Chase the case.
That's right. Yeah. Sarah Case is selling a property. She's sells a lot of property in the area.
In East Melbourne.
Let's look about this property interiors. Let's get through it pretty quickly. I'll just double check our time. How are we going? Oh, didn't even put the timer on. So
it's been about 6 minutes. Come on.
So the land is 280 square metres of land, 2 townhouses, approximately 140 square metres of land component each. That comes out to about 30k a square metre on the land. Wow. Neighbourhood residential zone. Oh, don't know how much extra you're going to get up there.
That's an incredibly high rate.
Well,
in terms of neighbourhood residential land.
Straight land, perhaps, but I guess it includes the improvements, of which there's 3 levels of very high quality improvements. So probably or maybe on a building rate, it's about right.
Do you have a nice view though, Ben?
It's good. I think the view from the front over the park is quite good. You're going to have CBD.
Back, aren't we?
We're at the back, but we're looking to the front.
Okay. Oh, okay. I understand it now.
I think so. See this front here.
So it's half-half.
I think what happens is, I think, and again, disclosure, we haven't inspected the property, so this is a must inspect.
Yes.
That you go through one of those doorways and you walk all the way through. At least that's what I think so. Because when you look at the balcony, look here, that's CBD views, right? That's a CBD view.
Well, I'm just a bit confused. If you go back to the balcony, Ben.
But look, when you get to the so that. Or is that CBD from
That's
the
CBD from the master
suite? Bedrooms? Well, anyway, it's a must inspect, and there's mysteries to be found. I think overall, the only issue about it is potentially it's a tad close to Hoddle Street, which some people might find. We'll throw up a bird's eye Google Maps view of it, and you'll see directly behind it is a servo.
Oh, servo?
Not directly behind it, but fairly close to it. Some people might find that a little bit tad close to Hoddle Street, but then again, maybe that's your opportunity. Anyway, that's our number 5. Let's get on to number 4, Marcus. What do we got?
Number 4, I'm going to be quick and snappy. 3/4 Camden Street, Balaclava. So this is more of a first home buyer range.
Love it.
660 to 720k.
Very
2
good.
bed, 2 bath, 1 car, Benjamin. 75 square metres, so approximately $9,600 per square metre.
That is quick.
Yep, listed for rent in November 2022 for $625 a week. It last sold in 2019 for $700k, Ben. Not much increase over time, and then it sold in 2010 for $630k.
Okay.
And then
2010 for $630k.
And then it sold for $575k in 2009. So
it's a little bit dropped down.
I wanted to ask you a question. No, but it's gone up over time, but only marginally.
Yeah.
Like it's 575 in 2009, and it's asking 720 in 2023.
It's 2005.
2009.
Okay. So I think there's 2 factors
575.
that it could be. One is that slightly older apartments may not be as attractive than ones that are newer apartment. Also 2, apartment values across the board probably over the last 10 years, some of them haven't appreciated much, particularly CBD ones.
They haven't, particularly CBD, but this one's not a CBD. It's actually a boutique. It's one of 4.
Ooh.
So large, modern, light-filled first-floor apartment in a boutique block of only 4 and just moments away from Carlisle Street. Fabulous shops, cafes, bars, restaurants, tram and train services. Faces northwest, Ben.
Good
Great
orientation.
bedroom separation. If you look at the floor plan,
look
good
it up. We'll pop
bedroom
them up here.
separation.
Look at that.
I love the main suite,
That
the main
is
bedroom.
a nice layout.
It's nice and spicy, but the second bedroom is a little bit small, 2.6
I would
metres.
say that doesn't have much spice.
No, it doesn't have much spice, but you know what? You need a bit of spice in your life, don't you, Ben?
I do.
So the second bedroom, it's got a good balcony.
I think, Marcus, that terrace is great, 5x6. Like it's a solid size terrace, facing an awesome orientation.
Yes. And do you want to know the median value of a unit in?
Please, tell me.
Yeah, it's a 604k.
Okay, so it's 604. It's a little bit above that, but this is probably a little bit above the average good quality apartment, right?
Yeah, you're right. And then change in median value over 5 years of a unit in Balaclava, only 3.9% up.
Okay, so it's probably similar. It's similar. Yeah. I think overall though, Marcus, like this layout for me is a 9 out of 10. Like it's very, very good. 2 bathrooms, ensuite for the main. It's got a great orientation. Yes, it's not a brand new apartment, but then again, you're not probably paying brand new apartment prices. Boutique block of 4 apartments probably doesn't have a lift.
No, it doesn't.
So then that's good OC, right?
Yes, you're right. The only thing that I'm a little bit unsure of is the second bedroom looks like it has a high window, Ben.
Ooh.
So that's fine if you like high windows. And then it also backs onto a laneway, and I do see a little bit of graffiti there. I'm not saying it's safe at all. I'm just noting that there is a laneway right next to you, I think. So you want to be, here it is, Ben. See you there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe it's been cleaned up now.
Hopefully it's been cleaned, but it is a first floor apartment, so you just want to be wary about your location in Balaclava.
No, we're not saying Balaclava's.
Oh, no, sorry, everywhere, but like you just want to be aware.
I think there's a note for buyers is that ground floor apartments are ones that are quite close and exposed. Some buyers will be hesitant just because they're a little bit exposed. But with that said, houses are like that too.
Yeah, and this one's not on the, it's on the first floor, so it should be okay.
Yeah.
All right, Benjamin, quick, let's keep going.
That was quick and snappy. Dogs go wacko. Now, number 3, Marcus, we're going over to Abbotsford, which is a super duper suburb, Marcus. This is Unit 16 of 85 Nicholson Street, Abbotsford, and I have an absolute crackerjack one for you, Marcus.
How can you crack it for me, then?
This one is a 2-bed, 2-bath, 2-car, and it's an auction for $1.25 to $1.375 million. Now, let me just paint a picture for you, Marcus.
Can you paint it?
This is a Cavellis urban design. Now,
say that again, Cavellis or Curvaceous?
It's a curvaceous apartment, I can tell you about that.
Good, Ben.
Now known as KUD, or KUD. It's a very well-known architect here. It's called the St. Joseph Development because in 1893, this was originally a school known as St. Joseph's Primary School, which operated all the way up to 1990, and then was home to the Sophia Mundi Steiner School up until 2012, and then the site was purchased by a well-known local developer, Domain Hill Property Group. In 2016, it was developed into this now what is about 80 dwellings, 30 townhouses, and 50 apartments, so 80 in total. I think, Marcus, honestly, I'm not sure about you, I think that is a very tasteful design and good homage to the old school in that area and the vibes and the feel of the Abbotsford area.
Yes, it's
incorporation of heritage property.
Oh, heritage, yes. The heritage property here, though, it's not the whole thing. It's just a component of.
That's right. But it pays homage to it, right?
Or homage.
And so this one last sold for $902,842. Let's try that again. $992,842 off the plan, I'm guessing, in April 2013. So it hasn't sold since. That's 10 years. This is. Now, it's one of the... with this development, there's about 30 townhouses that face Nicholson Street and also the other street to the side. Okay, Ben. This is the apartment which is on top.
Oh, you don't say.
So you do get these, beautiful views and this outlook. Like the area is super Nicholson Street. You're within basically a stone's throw, or a hop, skip and a jump from 3 Bags Full, which is a very popular cafe.
My bags are full when...
Also AU79, which is a very popular coffee shop just down south, a little bit down Nicholson Street. Now, it's southeast orientation. You do need to inspect because recently nearby, directly across the road from this development, there's an 8 or 9 story office development at 20 to 30 Mollison Street called Craftworks, which is a very tasteful office development. But in the photos, I think the orientation, it probably doesn't block any of your view and you might not even be able to see it. But again, a must inspect. Oh, excuse me. I've just been speaking so much, I can't even finish my words. Marcus, what do you reckon about the design?
Ben, I think it's unique. I must say, do you like a corridor that's got a bit of a zigzag to it?
I think it adds a little bit of personality.
Sorry. Did you tell me how much a rate per square metre it was on this one?
I'm not sure about the internal area. Oh, you've done your DD.
I haven't done my DD. Oh, okay. I was hoping that you'd be able to tell me how big it is.
I'm not sure what the internal area is, but again, it's probably worth asking. I reckon, how big is this in terms of what it looks like? Is it 100 square metres at least?
Well, it's a couple of different levels, isn't it, Ben? 2 levels.
I would say that it's probably over 10k a square metre, but I think apartment-wise, it's quite attractive. It's 2 cars, it's got a storage cage. The bedrooms, the main and the secondary bedroom is big enough. The other one's a little bit small, the 3rd bedroom, but that could be a home office.
Yeah. The main bedroom's sexy.
Yeah, it is. It's very good. Nice terrace.
It is curvaceous.
It's got very curvaceous.
Anyway, Ben,
the only thing, I think the styling of the apartment is a little bit unique, but apart from that, I like it.
Maybe people in Abbotsford like that.
I agree.
Okay?
Wow, I'm super good.
Right?
Thank you.
Good.
Just get it out of me. Now, number 2, Marcus.
16/85. Oh, sorry.
No, that's not the one.
That's not it.
Come on, you got a spring in your step, don't you?
I got a spring in my step. 207/283. I got it now. Spring
Yeah, very
Street,
good, eh?
Melbourne.
Oh, this is a good property.
Now, Ben, I actually found this one, and it was good when I sent it through to you, wasn't it? It's a great property. 2 to 2.2 million, 3 bed, 2 bath, 2 car. It says 161 square metres. I think that includes the balcony, Ben. So balcony is approximately 30 square metres. Let's say bring it back to 130 square metres internal.
Quick maths.
It's actually 16.9k per square metre.
But is this the penthouse?
It is. It's the number one. But if you bring it to 161 square metres, it's 13k. So we just need to get an understanding of what it actually is internally.
Oh, but look at these views.
Well, Ben, the views. Do you want to know when it last sold?
When did it last sell?
Ben, tell me. I'll tell you. On 13th of Feb 2015 for 1.32 million.
Now, this development, do you know what developer did this development?
Give me one moment.
Oh, you
It's Spring Street Towers,
Yeah,
and
look at the design.
near Royal Exhibition Building. It's near the
Look at the design. Come on, you can tell me straight
away.
away.
Central Equity.
That's right,
yes.
Central Equity. Now, this is a super duper location. I think these Central Equity ones are good value. They just don't do them like they used to. It's got probably a tennis court.
Older is better in this type. Yeah, older is
very
bigger.
spacious.
Spacious. It's got a tennis court. It'd be overdeveloped now and it's got a swimming pool. To be quite honest, I think it's a rip location.
Yeah.
When you go down the ground, the road is a bit busy just
That's right.
there, but you've got Royal Exhibition Gardens, RMIT, Queen Victoria Market, the CBD. It has separate kind of living and dining areas. Slightly, like you got a living area, you got a dining and living area as well.
That living area you could potentially even make like a home office. It's slightly
you could,
away from all the bedrooms.
Where we used to live in back a couple of years ago, we had a little door put in next to our room, so we could cut it off from the kitchen.
Very good.
So it could be something like that.
That's good.
The bedrooms are next to each other, Ben. How do you feel about that? If I was in the main bedroom, you were in the other bedroom, how would you feel?
I could hear you snoring at night, I can tell you that. But I think some people, it's a preference to have separated bedrooms, but some people don't mind. In fact, some people like it. Because they're all, the bedrooms at one side, the dining room's the other. So that means if people are watching or doing something in the dining room, there's separation. Yes,
agreed. So a couple other stats. Sold off the plan in 1998, or it was built in 1998 for 718k. And then listed for rent in 2023 for 1,200 a week. Wow.
But
you okay?
You just whacked it out of me. But I think the main thing that we've got to do here, and we're going to put it across the screen, actual view. Look at that.
Well, Ben, could you get more royal than that view?
That is just stunning.
It's royal, isn't it? The Royal Exhibition Gardens.
That is just stunning.
And it is okay, gents and ladies and gentlemen. So market trends, the median value 461k for units in Melbourne. The change in median value in the last 5 years, 3% up.
Okay, so same as the other one?
Yeah, I just think it's a ripper apartment. If you want something unique, large, in charge, I would go for this. And it's not going to be built out.
Yeah, it's not going to be built out, that's for sure.
So I think that just takes me back to the next one because...
Yes is a good idea.
Yes.
Is that this one, Marcus, now we're going to a really ripper suburb.
Yes.
Come on, have a guess.
Yes, where is it? Is it Collingwood?
It's Collingwood, baby.
Yes.
Now this one we're talking about... We're talking about, this is not a penthouse, it's a sub-penthouse, but it's got penthouse vibes, I can tell you that. We're going to Unit 505, 132 Smith Street, Collingwood, and I'm so excited to tell you about this one. It's a 4-bed, 2-bath, 2-car EOI, expression of interest, quoting an expected price of $2.1 to $2.3 million. Now this one is internally, I've got it here, I did do my DD about the internal size, 180 square metres interior, so that comes out to approximately $12,000 to $13,000 a square metre.
What's the exterior on the balcony, Ben?
130 big schmackaroos of balcony there.
Ben, do you think you'd have enough space for a barbecue? Put some shrimp on the barbie.
There's actually a barbecue right there.
Oh, really?
Anyway,
you want to put
this one here, Marcus, I want to tell you a little bit about the history of this. It's actually, we know Collingwood very well. This here is a very large complex. It used to be the Foy and Gibson complex, which they had lots and lots and lots of heritage. Well, they weren't heritage when they were built, but they had warehouses across Collingwood. Because Collingwood, its roots are in its industrial history of manufacturing and producing and stuff.
Warehouses.
And anyway, this, funnily enough, was actually where the first Coles store in all of Australia was.
Really?
The first, the
this
one,
store,
the only.
This
so
place.
that actual site was where the first store, and at the time it's called the GJ Coles store, opened in 1914, and there still now is this Coles here. Now, it's changed over the years, but this was an absolutely whopper. 6,000 square metre site.
Banger.
Developed by Banco Group, which we do know.
Banco.
Now, they applied for a 9-storey development in 2003.
Yep.
And then in 2006 was approved for 119 apartments, but then they redid it, I think probably went to VCAT, blah, 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 and they ended up with 238 apartments, a larger Coles or shopping centre at the ground.
Can I just ask one thing about Coles shopping centre at the ground? Sometimes, if you have a shopping centre at the ground, how do they get the produce into the store?
Well, you got to, this one you have all the trucks come from the back.
So is it better that they come from the back and not the front? It depends on where your apartment is?
Yeah, well, it depends. Like, of course, if you have a shopping centre on ground, you just need to be aware that there may be some sort of noises from when they're delivering stuff, but maybe that's how the apartments, when they're designed, that they're designed with that in mind. But I think this one here, that's right, you're high enough that you're probably not going to be impacted from it. And with this one here, what's really good is that this, the whole development, it's got 238, I think, apartments. This is the sub-penthouse. It's got 3 interior gardens, like your own little garden just for residents to use.
Really?
And what's really interesting, I found a fun fact for everyone.
Give me it, Ben.
I will, is that arguably there is supposedly a 3.6 metre wide tunnel that used to connect the west and east side of this area with the factories. It used to connect, I think, the stores under Smith Street. Supposedly it still exists. So maybe it's like an exclusive tunnel just for the people, the penthouses and the sub-penthouses, but we're not sure.
Wow.
So got to do your DD.
That's pretty cool. I just wanted to point out, Ben, thoughts on the bedroom arrangement. So you've got...
Very good.
You've got 4 bedrooms.
4.5, in fact.
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4,
study.
4.5.
Yeah,
got a study as well.
We'll say study. So you've got your bedroom there, Ben. You've got an ensuite. You've got a walk-in robe. That's great. It's got great aspect. Then you've got the other bedrooms along the side. And one of them, actually all 3 of them share a bathroom.
That's true. I think it's a good point, Marcus, is that I think probably a little bit of a drawback is that, look, at least the main has its own ensuite, but for the 3 bedrooms, they share a bathroom. It might be nice if the bedroom shared a bathroom and then there was another bathroom, like, or just a toilet for the guest or living area.
It'd be interesting if someone redid this and they said, you know what, I'm going to make that study actually another ensuite.
You might, an ensuite for that bedroom there. That's a good point.
Or you do a shared ensuite between the bedrooms and make like 2 of them have one ensuite and then this just have another one. Anyway,
there's food for thought.
There is
flexibility.
Ben, I'm very, very hungry and I'd like a couple of shrimps.
Good. Well, I'm just going to finish this one off here. It was designed by Jam Architects, and there is, what's interesting is the orientation of this one. This one doesn't look straight over Smith Street, which is probably a positive because Smith Street does get noisy. It's a hustling and bustling and vibrant area.
Oh, it faces east, Ben.
It's a very good point. And so if you watch the video, of which we've got a stop of the clip, which I think is the most relevant shot of how it faces, this one doesn't really face the CBD, but the bedrooms face the CBD. So you'll have some ripper CBD views that just will get you going.
Oh, yes.
And then the living room area, though, it doesn't face the CBD. It faces, where's the floor plan, Marcus?
I've got
what orientation is there?
Have a look.
Predominantly, north. But that north there, you kind of face part of the building as well, so it's a little bit block the northern light, but you get obviously ripper eastern
No
views.
overlooking, Ben, or overlooking?
A little bit of overlooking.
Even though you're at the subby?
Yep, even from the other sub penthouse. But look, come on, Collingwood,
right.
Ripper apartment, hasn't been sold since it was originally sold. This is one, I think, that's deserving of number 1.
And that's a banger. Let's wrap it up there. Number 1, Collingwood. Which one would you pick out of all those if you could have as your pad? Quick.
Oh, I think, what did we do? So we had Collingwood,
Spring Street,
oh, it's got to be Collingwood.
Yeah, I got to say that Collingwood one's nice. I do like the East Melbourne one. And the East Melbourne and the one in Melbourne, the one that's facing Royal Exhibition Gardens. They're all good, Ben. Take Balaclava.
Top 5.
Thank you all. Have a lovely week.
Leave, like, subscribe, get everyone to follow. Come on, let's hit 13 subscribers next week.
Let's go.
And thank you for, we'll see you next week, and we'll get under 20 minutes next week.
Toodaloo.
See you later.
Bye.